Okay, great stuff. We've got those plugins installed. Now the next thing we want to do is start creating this home page. Now I've come over here to pages, and by default we get this sample page, which is of no use. So let's take that out straight away. So let's just send that to the trash. And then let's create a home page. Now, there's a number of ways of doing this, but I'm going to show you this way. So basically just click on Add New. Now for each new page you've got to give it a title, so we'll call this one appropriately Home. Alright. And in here where we can put the text for our page, I'm simply going to type Test for the moment. And then if we go down here a little bit, you'll see a template over here on the right hand side. I want you to take full width. And then we're going to hit Publish. Now the next thing we're going to do is head over to Settings and then go to Reading. Now in order to set that page as the home page, it says here your home page displays. We want a static page, and the home page will be home, right? The page that we just called home, literally. Just select that, don't worry about any of this other stuff, and just click on Save Changes. Now if you go back to the site and click on the logo, typical way of getting back to your home page, right? You click on this, you will see first of all that the sample page has disappeared. Okay, we've got home now up here in our menu, and we've got home as the title and then the test thing here. Alright, so this is now our home page. We've got rid of all that hello world stuff. Alright, now clearly this isn't exactly what we want, so we're going to start making this look a little bit better. So let's go back to admin and let's go back to our pages and go to edit, the home page you just created. Now what I showed you there just now, typing in test, is using the very simple basic WordPress editor, which is just this thing here, right? You can use this, no problem whatsoever. But you remember we installed the Poodle Page Builder, okay? And there are many page builder type products. But the idea is it increases the functionality of this somewhat basic editor, okay? So if you click on Page Builder over here, now what I'm going to do is add a row. You'll see how this becomes easy to use in a moment. But basically, how many columns do you want your row to have? Just the one. Okay, so very simple process. Add. And what I have now is an editor. If I click in this, that has increased functionality. You can see we've got editor over here on the left hand side in this menu. We've also got things like style and advanced, which I won't be getting into. But if we go back to editor, you'll also notice that we have an insert shortcode here. Alright, so you remember our plugin called Shortcodes Ultimate? That's as a result of that. And in fact, if you click on this, you'll see all kinds of amazing things that you can now put into a home page. Okay, I'm going to show you one in a minute, and it relates to a button. But for the moment, let's just come out of this, because what we want to do next is write some text on our home page. Now I'm going to write welcome to Time Flies Fitness. Okay, just a simple welcome statement. I'm going to make it in the center of the screen, and I'm going to give it an H1 heading. Alright, so there we go. That's what it's going to look like. Now the next thing I want is I'm going to write a subheading. Alright, I want people to know exactly what this site is about the moment they visit the home page. Okay, Time Flies Fitness, that says something, but it doesn't give enough information. So for my subheading, I'm going to write, we research the best fitness products so you don't have to. Okay, now I think that's pretty self-explanatory. There's a lot going on there. It basically says, yes, that we are researching these products. This isn't just simply an e-commerce store. It's way more than that. It's an info site, as I've repeated many, many times now, okay? And I want the person to be drawn in based on that. So a subheading similar to that is the kind of thing you want to aim for. Now for this, we also want to centralize it. And we'll give this an H2. All right. Now, about that button. So I want to have a button, a call to action, and this is also something you see a lot on sites. Now that the customer knows what this site is about, we want to basically draw them in as soon as we can. And having a button on the home page is a very, very nice way of doing that. So what we can do is say insert shortcode, and have all these millions of things. You need to find the button, which is here. Now this link is the link that they're going to be taken to once they click on the button. So for the moment they're just going to go back to our home page, so not very useful, but we will change that later. We can change the target and the styles and backgrounds and all kinds of incredible stuff that we can play with to make this look fantastic. But for the moment I'm just going to take you to the bottom here, the content. In other words, what's actually going to be written on the button. So I'm going to write discover more ... alright, as a way of pulling them in. And now what we want to do is click on insert shortcode. Now this button here, you'll see there's some code here and what have you with the discover more. Don't worry about any of this, just simply centralize it. Okay, and now we will click on done and then update. Now if we go to the home page and refresh, check it out. We've now got home, which we don't like, right? But we've now got welcome to Time Flies Fitness. We research the best fitness products so you don't have to. And then this discover more button, which, as I say, if I click on it, is simply going to refresh the screen. But you start to see we've now got a much more powerful home page. Now the next thing we want to do is put an image behind this, all right? A nice image which again portrays the site and gives it a more professional feel. But before I do that, I want to show you where you can get images from. Now images can be quite expensive, so I want to show you a couple of paying sites which you might want to go for, and then a whole bunch of free image sites, okay? So let's have a look at that in the next lecture.